haven't had time to sit down. So while I'm driving, thank you, so while I'm driving, we're gonna do it. Thank you, my brother. My brother was trying to help me to keep my camera straight. I'm gonna figure out, bro. I'm gonna figure it out so you don't be distracted either. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon to you. I bring the yellow and the red. In the name of the yellow and the red, this afternoon I will speak. This is a topic I have been meaning to speak about for a while. I have been meaning to speak about this for a long time. Because I really know that I'm gonna shed some light in this Tommy Sotomayor figure. And the first thing I want to say is I love Tommy Sotomayor because people like Tommy Sotomayor, they are waiting for people to say I hate you so they can feel alive. So I'm not going to feed you hate, I'm going to feed you love. I love Tommy Sotomayor. I don't have any hate to send to you because like I said to you, like I said before, people like Tommy Sotomayor, they want you to hate them. It is when you hate them that they feel like human beings. Tommy Sotomayor, to me, is a gravely sick male. I'm not just saying that he's sick. He behaves sickly. Here is where the problem is. The problem is that, okay, let's say you had 20 men in a room. If 18 of those men are sick, they will pretend that their condition is the normal condition. And they will run to dominate the other two who are not sick. So people who are sick, they tend to think they are the best. They tend to think they're better than other people because they're sick. It's an illness. It's a disease. Like I said, I love Tommy Sotomayor. I really do love him and find, even like sometimes I'll spend 6 months, a year and I don't listen to Tommy, but then I'll go and listen to him again because there is a genuine attraction from me to him. And I love him seriously, and I wish nothing but the best for him. So this is not the kind of commentary, this is not the audio or video blog where I'm just gonna bash a man. I don't believe in bashing people, but I do understand that Tommy Sotomayor is a sick man. And the thing about it is that the majority of the males, they are sicker than he is. So when you're looking at Tommy Sotomayor, he's a sick man, but he's better than the rest. Here's where it gets worse. Even though Tommy Sotomayor is sick, but he's better than the other 90% who are sick. Can you understand what I'm saying? Do you speak English? So even though Tommy Sotomayor is a sick man, if you were to take Tommy Sotomayor and you were to put him next to a real man, he would not be the ideal man. But because we are living in a sick plantation full of slaves, he is the better of the sick ones because they are all sick. So he's the best of the sick. So you gotta pick out of the sick motherfuckers, you know, because they're all sick. They're all disease-ridden. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why I am titling my vlog the way I title it, because like I said before, males like Tommy Sotomayor, they feed on the negative. If I were to come out here and say, I hate you, Tommy, you're the worst slave I've ever met, he would love that. He would feed on that. That's the push he needs to go commit one more atrocity, to go destroy the life of one more woman, one more child. So the approach that I'm taking, I believe, is the proper approach, because the reality is I do love him. The reality is I am attracted to him. And each time I'm attracted to Tommy Sotomayor, and I follow the attraction, I go listen to him, and then I discover he's a bitter slave. And then I have to take my affections for him, and I have to put them in a bottle, because such affection, you cannot throw them away, because these kind of things, they don't vanish. That type of affection, they don't vanish, they don't disappear. So, and that kind of affection, you cannot allow it to turn into anger or hatred. So every time I go listen to Tommy Sotomayor, and I discover he's even sicker than the last time I saw him, the last time I heard him. The last time I heard Tommy Sotomayor was like July, I believe. Yeah, July, because I was about to travel to do charity work. And right before that, I listened to him. So sometimes I'll spend a year and I won't listen to Tommy. Sometimes it'll be 6 months. Like, I cannot listen to him every day. I cannot watch him every day because he's sick. He's a sick male. He's a sick male. And all of the male slaves, all the slaves are sick. Tommy is part of the slave population. He's sick just like they are. He is as sick as they are. So here is the first thing that is truly disturbing about Tommy Sotomayor in his sickness, because a lot of other males have done it. When you look at the African Americans, they want to dominate using the word black. I don't believe in that shit. You could be the black nigga, be the black slave. I don't give a fuck. But I will not get stuck in the word black with you when I have a nationality. I have my own country. You niggas don't have your own country. You niggas don't have nationality. You niggas are slave to the Westerners. You are black. You're just some black folks. But I have a culture, I have a country, I have personality, I have morality, I have character. I cannot fall into the game of blackness with y'all, because it is that same game of blackness that made Tommy Sotomayor sick. And so, the first thing that Tommy Sotomayor did in his sickness, he forgot his Panamanian. And he forgot that Panama is not USA. And the African Americans are not the same as the Panamanian. Okay? So, one of the biggest mistakes that Tommy Sotomayor made is because he doesn't understand his blackness. As a skin color has nothing to do with his nationality, and his history or his geography. Because my country has a really close relationship with Panama, so I do know Panama history. If you're from Panama, you're not African American. You're not black folks. But Tommy wanted to be cool. I can see him. I can see him wanting to be African American because it's cool. You know, you got Biggie Small, you got Snoop Dogg, you got all these guys, they're African Americans. They are mainstream, they are cool. The rap game makes them cool. So I can see how Tommy Sotomayor would feel weak and unable to hold himself as a Panamanian amongst the African American. It's not easy for me to stand here as a Haitian among these African Americans. And it would not be easy for Tommy Sotomayor to hold his identity as a Panamanian among these African Americans. It would not be easy for him. So Tommy Sotomayor is a sick man to me, and I still love him. I do love Tommy. I'm not gonna hide and say I don't love Tommy. I love Tommy, and and his weakness, I understand. I see his weakness. Sometimes, like when I notice that I'm about to feel sad for him, I stop myself. I don't have time to feel sad for people. So I will never feel sad for him. but I can see his sickness. I know he's sick. He's a sick boy. Like, listen, this is what Tommy Sotomayor gets even worse or sick. He's not even taking time to be a full-time father to anybody. So he's recreating the nigger race, even though he's not an African-American black, he's not a black folk, he's a Panamanian Carib, but he's taking himself outside of his own geography to convert himself into a nigger. And not only is he converting himself into a nigger, he has adopted the lifestyle of niggers. He has adopted the lifestyle of niggers to where he doesn't even function as a full-time father to anybody. Wow. When I heard that the other day, I was so shocked. When I heard this man say he had a little baby, I was so fucking shocked. You're coming on YouTube and you bashing women, but yet you don't have enough manhood. You don't have enough quality in you to be a full-time father. Wow, that is such a shame. What a shame. What a fucking slave, Tommy. You're a fucking slave. You're a nigger. Because you denied your own heritage because you wanted to be cool. You wanted to be part of popular culture. You wanted to join the African Americans and be popular. And that's where it's going, because that's the price of popularity. You lose your identity. Now you're a slave. You're a bitch ass nigga. That's how it is. And it's not me who's calling him that. It's the lifestyle he has adopted. And it's the lifestyle he has chosen to mimic. Because he was never strong enough to be Panamanian. When you see me walking down the street as a Haitian, you better fucking respect that, Tommy. Because you ain't nothing but a little coon. You're a remnant of a slave. You're a servant of a slave. You're an admirer of slaves. You're worse than a fucking slave. I still love you, Tommy. Because your blood is bigger than you. It's because of your blood that I love you. You think I love you because you're a nigger or because you're popular on YouTube? No. I love you because of your blood, but it's that same blood that makes me love you. It's that same blood you deny because you want to be a popular nigger. Do you know how hard it must have been for that young boy to grow up? To be so black? And to be Panamanian? Do you know how? Because the African Americans, they are the prime slaves. They are the prime slaves. They have no origination. That they don't want to accept who they are. They go around the world and they hijack the cultures of other people and they call it their own. And Tommy Sotomayor got caught up in that game. It's a game and he got caught right in the net of it. Did he deserve it? Most likely, yes, he deserved it. People who get caught up in the game, they deserve it. Because you denied your own blood. You denied the potency of your own blood. You deny what your soul tells you you're different. Your blood tells you you're different, but you want to be part of the crowd. And that's the price you pay. Now you're a nigger. You got a bunch of babies all over. You're not a full-time father to anybody. You don't have the love of any decent woman. You keep eating. Let me not go there, because if I do it, we'll get a little rough. But I think you guys understand where I'm coming from with this. Because when you look at Tommy Sotomayor, he has become a hero for the slaves. Because of the things he says and how he acts. And for him to hold that position, he has to betray his own heritage. I'm saying that. For Tommy Sotomayor to be on YouTube and talking all that shit, the price is him denying who he is. The price is for him to deny Panama and to deny what Panamanian heritage is, like my heritage. That's the price he has to pay to be among the niggers and to be popular with the niggers. That's the price Tommy Sotomayor has to pay. Is he better than me? Hell to the fucking no. He cannot even own his own heritage, his own blood. He cannot even honor his own fucking blood. Because at the end of the day, it's about your blood. It's not about who your friends are or how popular you are. It's the blood that's running through you. That the potency of that blood will last another century. It will last a lifetime. That blood is precious. That blood is important. Tommy, does he know that? No, he doesn't know that. Because he has been among the slaves for so long that he's become one of them. But when he does his commentaries, it's his blood that's battling against his own self. So his own blood is battling against him because his blood has to battle the slave he has become. Every now and then, Tommy will show decency, and that's why I love him even more. Because of me, Tommy stopped cursing. I have to tell you that I have changed this man's life. I'm not just talking out my ass. I have changed his life. Because of me, he stopped cursing so much. And because of me, he understands the severity of attacking women. Because some women, you attack them, they will eat all your children. Some women, you attack them, they will eat all of your families. They will take you down. So I think because of me, Tommy knows his limit. He knows the difference between a woman and his mother. Because I don't know how much of a good woman his mother was. I don't know. And because he talks about other women in such reckless ways, I have to talk about his mother. Is it because I want to talk about his mother? No. It's because I have to talk about his mother. Because when you look at Thomas Sotomayor, and I'm looking at his mother as a Panamanian, I'm not looking at his mother as an African American. I'm looking at his mother as a Panamanian who moves to the United States looking for a better life with her black-looking child, with her black boy. And all of the African American kids at that time would make fun of you because your skin is so black, because your skin is so beautiful. And I'm looking at your mother working 2-3 jobs and not having enough time to tell you she loves you. And it's not because she doesn't love you, she loves you, it's just she doesn't have time to tell you that because at that moment she's an immigrant looking for the American life, but she's gonna sacrifice you. For everything your mother got when you were young, you were the sacrifice. Because you had no mother to tell you how handsome you were. You had no mother to tell you how beautiful and how smart you were. What a sacrifice, your mother sacrificed you. So because your mother sacrificed you, you lost respect for women. I can understand that. And because I speak about Tommy like that, does that mean I don't love him? No, I love Tommy. I do, guys, I do. So, I mean, I love to love, I do. I just love to love, I do. Like if I hate somebody, I won't even talk about you. So, for me to pretend I hate Tommy and I'm talking about him would be a disservice to me. Because when you hate somebody, you should not even be thinking about them. So I have to be honest and confess, yes, I love Tommy, but Tommy's a slave, Tommy's a nigga. And he proves it over and over. Tommy needs a woman like me to really structure his manhood, but he's afraid of women like me. Because he can't dominate a woman like me. It would have to be a simple relationship based on mutual respect. It couldn't be based on you talking too much, or you having more education, or you having more money, or you having balls. It would have to be based on you being a man and earning my respect as a man. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go. Have a wonderful afternoon. I wish all of you, I mean, Wednesday is a great day. It's Ogun Day. It's a day of iron. It's a day of work. And you know, iron cuts iron. So whoever hurts you, violence conquers violence. Love conquers love. Don't wait for a motherfucker to hate you and say you love them or give them love. That not in real life. In the virtual world or YouTube, yes, I can love you and you don't have to love me back. But in the real life, we gotta share love. It has to be reciprocated. So I wish you all a good Wednesday. Like I said, don't forget, iron cuts iron. Love cuts love. Hate cuts hate. Violence cuts